Here we go again. Press the button, pull the lever. Press the button, pull the lever. For all eternity.
I think I'm seeing some flying hens around. I'm never smuggling opium in my ass again.
This is Eden from HelixxVR. Today I'll be doing a quick look at Tainted Fate. In Tainted Fate, you play as a demon, unwillingly summoned from the depths of hell into our world. You will be making your journey back home to the underworld. It's currently in early access for the HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and Windows Mixed Reality. You make your way through the game, either teleporting or using a mix of teleportation and smooth locomotion. You cannot use pure smooth locomotion, as teleports is required in some places. While this may be a disappointment to some people, it makes sense in-game, as teleporting is one of your demonic powers. As a note, locomotion is head-orientated with no controller-orientated option. There's also snap turning and smooth turning options. There are a few ways you can take down enemies. Most often, you will be grabbing them and ripping their limbs off. You can summon a minion to attack them too. You can teleport into an unaware enemy to rip out their organs and replenish your own health by eating them. These are the ways you'll usually be using. One item of praise is how they've been very careful to remove the need for a HUD. The game features some rather over-the-top humour to go along with its over-the-top combat. This includes some rather terrible, but hilariously bad, voice acting. I was personally quite excited to get the chance to play the game, but found myself quite disappointed really. The game has quite a bit of potential to be fun, and it's something that's a bit different than the usual, but unfortunately it suffers from a few major issues. Firstly, combat just gets boring. It's far too repetitive to run around ripping limbs off. It starts to feel almost like plucking feathers rather than ripping off arms. Enemies just run straight at you whenever you get close enough. You can throw enemies about, hit them with an axe, even beat them up with another enemy's arm, but none of them harms them though. They just get straight back up. The AI is another issue. Enemies will just run straight at me, they'll run straight at my minion, they'll run straight at a wall, or it'll go the opposite way on occasion, where they just don't notice me at all. The texture pop-in is pretty terrible too. Textures and sometimes enemies will both pop in at the equivalent of 10 meters or so away. It breaks immersion quite badly. I've also had a couple experiences where I just couldn't proceed, seemingly because something didn't trigger. One thing I do have to praise the game for, it has some pretty nice music. It is used rather sparingly though, which with some often very empty environments, makes the world feel somewhat dead. That about sums the game up. It is in early access, so there is room for changes, but it looks like it would need quite a few. As it is now, I can't really recommend it. Once again, this was Eden from HelixxVR. If you'd like to see more content like this, please remember to like, subscribe, and even hit that alert button.